everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Redskins going up against the Steelers. So let's get you up to the Steel City. Standing by in Pittsburgh, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Tonight, we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right away between the Washington Redskins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is Michael Floyd complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Time here to show you the starters while we have a moment defensively for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know one guy you like from Miami, Artie Burns.
Just jumps off the screen when you plug in his college tape in terms of athleticism. And I also watched him play with some intelligence. Saw him at one point jump into the slot and pattern read and come off of his receiver to the intended one and intercept a pass. I like him.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
And this offensive unit, they have to face a 3rd down and 12 now. So the D-line's going to spread out. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. They're going to run this with a tight end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The defense came out with a look that they had prepped for all week to attack. They took advantage, got the first down.
And the key words in there, prepped for all week. They really studied them, understood their tendencies, knew what they liked to do, and prepared their game plan accordingly. And, boy, the payoff was good.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. This offense has some speed, and certainly Martavis Bryant, he has some speed.
He has that, and he has size. That's what makes him so difficult to cover, because just when you think you have to play him one way, the other attribute kicks in. Martavis Bryant could be an all-star real soon.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Here we go!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So they're operating in the red zone. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And he whips that one incomplete there. And here's the Redskin defense.
Demarius Randall's a versatile player. Played both safety and cornerback in college. They're using those same skills in the NFL.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Their big tight end from 8 yards out. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And he's a reliable target. He's more than that, though. Hey, look, I'm not going to say he's the best tight end in the league, but he's solid.
Yeah, because he's able to block, and that's almost a lost art for a number of the tight ends in the league now because the most popular guys are almost what we call move tight ends, more like receivers. But those guys who can do it all, there's still a place for them in the NFL.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Javon Hargrave forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Big sack on 2nd down. Now the offense needs to convert here on 3rd. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move as they face a 2nd down here. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going right side here, and that's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To go here on 2nd down.
Here we go. Brand 38.
On play action, they'll throw. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go. 1-9.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finding time. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
They come up in an offset eye.
Here we go. 55.
The tight end in motion right. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
Back to throw here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
Here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll be 1st down, Washington. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And he was able to find a very soft spot in that zone coverage.
I love that term, Brandon. That soft spot where you find the open area, set up, and catch the football before the hard collision comes afterwards.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So 1 yard to go here on third down. On third and short, going with their tight end. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. This a 33-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. So we have reached halftime at our first preseason matchup of the year. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Here we go.
They go play action here on first down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll look to throw here. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Check, tight right, tight right, tight right. Solo out there, check the outside there. Let's go!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller, since the screen pass was available, whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Come on, let's go!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Watch 35, watch 35. Flex round, flex round. Check three. Flex round, flex round.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Come on, let's go!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Come on, let's go!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Here's Colton Schmidt now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Incomplete.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure all day long prepping for the game, they had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes, and we'll be in great shape.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! Flex round! What? Done!
He'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Tight end right, tight end right. Everyone's got four down. Come on, let's go. Flex round, flex round. Come on, let's go. What?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Buying time to his left. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Play clock winding down. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
Third and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around, hand it to the big fella, and let him get forward for a first down.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. offense working with a 2nd and goal now from the 3. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's the fullback. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
They go play action here on first down. And his pass incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. A lone second remains now in this third quarter. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Let's go!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 21 yards. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. A gain of 6 there on first. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback, Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because
the Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Flex round. Flex round. Come on, let's go. What?
Back to throw again. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Strong right. Let's go.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that +3. Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And now they're in the hurry up.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. 23 yards on the play. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now back to throw. That's caught at the 1. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They come out here in the eye. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's their quarterback taking it in. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Carpenter now for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Redskins. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know, are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
Pride on the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Come on, let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL.